Hey, what's up, man? Riddlouche, Mr. Live on location. And it looks like I'm trying to... Okay, so we need some light over here, which we don't have any light. So it's really dark. So I'm going to show you what you can do when you're ending fast. I'm going to try to turn this camera on. I'm going to try and turn this flashlight here. I'm going to show you what you can do when your fast is coming to a close. There we go. Now, I'm out and about, so it feels good out here, so I can handle business even though I'm out and about at night. Alright, so look. One of the whole points for, like I said, once again, the disclaimer. This is not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is just my opinion. If you need to consult, if you do anything, before you do anything, consult your doctor. Okay, so when you're fasting, one of the goals in my opinion, is to cleanse and detox yourself, and also to clear your body from the inside out, and also it helps to clear your mind as well. So when you're fasting, one of the main things in my opinion you do before you end your fast is to drink some kind of liquid that's going to help you go to the bathroom, like number 2, because it's so easy to have meals that you've eaten over the months and over the years, or maybe even over the decades, that's still stuck in your intestines. Because if you were to stretch your intestines out end to end, it would probably be, I think that you can Google that for the exact length, but every human's intestines, if you were to stretch out the small and large intestines end to end in a straight line, I think it's like a football field long, or something like that, or 100 feet long, or something crazy, something that you would never think of, that you wouldn't think. Yeah, it's that long. It's really long. So in other words, long story short, it's not that difficult to, over months and years or even decades, to have some food backed up in your intestines. So the whole point of the fast, one of the best parts of the fast, is that you're going to get to hopefully release some of that food that's been backed up for months or years, because you haven't been eating any real solid food over the last 24 hours or 48 hours, except for maybe some fruit juices, or maybe some grapefruit, which is like 70% water, or maybe all you ate was watermelon, which is like 70% water. So, okay, so at the end of the fast, towards the end of your fast, before you break your fast, which that's where the word breakfast came from. It's break fast, breakfast. But we don't say it like that. We say it all together. We say it breakfast, but it's actually, it means you're breaking your fast. Because when you go to sleep at night, you sleep from like 10 p.m. to 8 in the morning or whatever. Well, of course, you're not eating while you're sleeping. You're knocked out. So that's technically a fast, because you haven't eaten anything, and actually you haven't drinking anything. So that's a dry fast, where you don't eat anything and you don't drink anything simultaneously. That's called a dry fast. But if you're drinking things like during the day, that's still, in my opinion, that's still considered fasting. But I guess you could call it wet fasting, because you're drinking liquids. Okay, so that being said, when you get towards the end of your fast and you're getting ready to break your fast, like 4 or 5 hours before you think you're going to break your fast, and ideally you would break your fast, in my opinion, one way you can do it, and the way I do it, I'll just tell you the way I do it. The way I do it, when I break my fast, I like to break my fast at like 12 in the afternoon or so, or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. But you could break your fast whenever, but preferably you would break your fast, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That way, when you wake up in the morning, you can get your fruit juice, which is the orange juice here, and then You could get your water, drink you a whole thing of water, a whole thing of orange juice. It's like 12 ounces of orange juice here, about 16 ounces of good alkaline water, you know, with electrolytes in it, some good orange juice, you know. And then you got your coffee. See, the juice is got that acid in it, you know, that stringent, that orange juice acid stringent type of quality in it, which helps to chop it down inside of your intestinal wall, get all that waste and toxins that's compacted in your colon, chop it down, man. And then you got the coffee, you drink the coffee right after it to further help chop it down and push it out. And hopefully this will basically, this is your efforts, this is what I do in an effort to have a 3-part combo to try to trigger a bathroom, going to the bathroom. Number 2, you'll do number 1 obviously, but you want to trigger number 2. That's the most important thing. One of the most important aspects of the fast is to trigger a number 2 before you break your fast. Like 4 or 5 hours before you break your fast, drink this combination so that you can hopefully instigate or trigger a number 2 bathroom movement. You know, not to get too gross, not trying to gross you out, but just giving it to you straight, man. Just giving it to you the real deal on what this fast entails. Fasting is work. It ain't a walk in the park. It takes work, it takes discipline, but it's worth it. I've been doing it off and on. Fasting, I just came, like I said, I fell into fasting accidentally, you know, a couple years ago, and I've you know, and I use it intermittently throughout every 1 or 2 months, you know, to try to stay on top of my system and keep my system clean from the inside out. So this is one example of what you can use before you break your fast, before you have breakfast after the end of your fast. So you can do it different ways. It's up to you, but that's just one way. So you can Google different ways you can break your fast. This is just one of them. So, like I said, it's not perfect. It's not guaranteed. You know, sometimes you have a number 2, sometimes you don't. But a lot of times you do when you use this method: the water, the orange juice, and the coffee. And I don't use decaf coffee. I use the regular coffee to make sure I get the full effect and to chop it down inside your intestinal wall. Get all that toxins out of there. Get it out of there. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. Push it out. You know, that's the whole name of the game, man. Name of the game. All right, with that being said, man, I'm gonna wrap this up. Hey, man, Riddlouche, Mr. Live on Location. Turn my camera around so you can see me. And we got hella lights going on here. So yeah, man, that's what it is. Let me turn this thing off here. Disable flash. Okay. Yeah, man, that's what it is. Riddlouche, Mr. Live on Location. And let me turn it back on, actually. If you want to get started trading stocks and cryptos, you already know, send me a DM to my Riddlouche on Instagram. I'll send you a DM back with the link so you can get started trading stocks and cryptos, because now's the time. The market's jumping, man. It's volatile because we're in volatile times. Take advantage of that, man. Be ahead of the ball game. Make sure you send me a DM to my Riddlouche Instagram so you can get started trading stocks and cryptos today. If you like this video or any other video that I've ever done, then share this video. Do me a favor and share this video. Hit that little dots in the upper right hand corner so you can copy the link and share this video. Send this to a text to someone that can use this information. Share this video, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I'll be back with another video again real soon. Like, comment, subscribe on my Riddlouche YouTube. And with that being said, man, live your life, love your life, live every day like it's your last, because unfortunately in these crazy days, man, it just might be. Riddlouche, Mr. Live on Location. Holla.